They know how to have very good players aerially and wouldn't want to throw away possession to them easily, reason why they're carefully building from their defense, and that is a trademark of Johnson Smith. The difficulty is the uneven nature of the pitch, making it difficult after every bounce.
Paku, not a good pass from the midfielder. Boise keeps it in. Francis Asante. Issa Yakubu. He's aiming at Chenebois. Good touch now. Simba for Holy Stars. He's fouled by Amankwa right before Pukwain, who whistles for a free kick advantage. Holy Stars.
Very intelligent play there from Chenebois, finding Simba. Two brilliant players. Basake will be looking forward to them. Great a lot. That was clearly a foul.
Asante's cross headed back in, but flag had already gone up because the ball had crossed the line. As a goal kick.
That was quite a teasing delivery, looking for Chenebois down the left hand side. Tried his best to keep that ball in line before crossing. Look at that delivery. Brilliant there from Asante. Chenebois did his best. He wasn't too far from keeping it. Just narrowly. Might have had lots of his body outside the playing territory.
So Ali trying to get to Wayo, who's up against Asante. Mensah. Ali. Amankwa would love to search forward. He's got Kakari on his right. He picks out Kakari. Back to Amankwa. Ali calls for it. Back for Isibe. The passing is very positive. Paku's cross. Away by Dubi for a throw into the Phobians.
Clever goalkeeping there from Dubi Tai. Not willing to take any risks by trying to grab the ball. Punching it away to safety, and that was a powerful punch away. Hatterford gradually warming themselves into the game.
The possessive play is impressive, and they're still hanging on, pushing for the opener. Good play from Mensah, swings in across, headed by Kakari, and Wayo still can't find the back of the net.
Martin Kakari from that position should be aiming for the target instead of trying to get the ball back on the edge of the goalkeeper's area. Brilliant play there from Ransford Mensah. Clever touch, the twist. Look at that left-footed delivery. Martin Kakari should be aiming for the target. It's quite unfortunate he decided to head the ball back to Hamza Issa, who had Wazi and Arthur to beat in there. There was no way Wayo was going to find the proper connection from that end.
Asante. Now Quaison with a drive, it takes a deflection, and Asari collects it coolly. It's 10 minutes at the University of Ghana Stadium in Lagos. It's Hasselbook nil. Basake Holy Stars nil.
Looks to be an even game now, not too much of a rush from both teams. Meticulously trying to get themselves into the game and get each other one out. Moments of impressive display from both teams. And not working the goalkeeper so much.
Mawali Wayo for Hasselbook. Chance for the Phobians. It's an appeal for a handball. Pukwain says no, get on. Sylvester Simba will break away for Holy Stars. Chenebois stays onside. Goes for a drive, is blocked by Afrani, by Isibe instead, and here is Paku. Wayo to Boateng. Ball is cleared away by Arthur for a Hazable corner.
Impressive play there from Arthur for us. Back to Martin Kakari with his skill set, with the space to take the ball a bit more into the final third before making that pass. That was a good decision there from Arthur, not taking any chances, blasted the ball away. It's an opportunity for Arthur to bring the centre forward, the centre backs who are aerially threatening for the set piece.
Paku to take. Amankoa. Mensanto. Paku. It's up against Quason. Paku not on the same page with Opoan Frane. Issa Yakubu. Simba. Boazi to Arthur. Asante now. Afane to Ali.
Look at the shape of Holy Stars. They've just decided to sit back and watch out to folk, bring the game to them. They know that offensively the Phobians are not that much threatening. Decided to just stay within their shells.
Played in the same manner and frustrated Mediama to a draw. Tai picks it up for Holy Stars. Mensah. Boateng to Kakari. Here's Martin Kakari twisting and turning. Mensah, Afrane, Wayo decides not to make an attempt because he could have obviously been flagged offside.
It was quite a poor one there. Position to get that pass quickly into the left hand side. Again, Martin Kakari unfortunately there, but upon Franny should have taken his time to read his surroundings. Had to folk without Hussein, and Abdul Karim have lots of work to do with regards to their creative ability in that midfield. George Paku and Kakari have lots and lots to deliver, including Kwakubuati Henry.
You're thinking there was an earlier push on Hamza, but Pokain decided to let go. Hamza decided to retaliate and foul is gone against him. Quason checks onto Cheneboa, but too much weight on that ball as he rolls out for a Phobian throw.
That was quite an intelligent play there from Quason, but it was overhead, that pass. Sure, as they're thinking I have one of the fastest players in the league, I don't send him on an errand, but this errand, there was no way he was going to get onto it.
Kwame Simba. He's played up to the point of the semi-finals in the Confederations Cup. He's got so much up his sleeve, so Mr. Simba.
He was one of the important figures in that team at the particular moment. Strong on the ball, fearless.
He was one of the main men at Dreams. He came as a surprise when he left the club for Holy Stars. Issa Yakubu with a poor drive. Now Paku has got a chance to break away. Hamza is up against Boazi, who finds Tai. Moses Arta, Jacob Boazi. They play so much confidence from the back in their own territory. Jetia, that's brilliant play from Holy Stars. Quayson decides to take the initiative all by himself. Here is Quayson. Now Cheneboa. Issa Yakubu has got space. Tries to get to Simba, but Esibe steps up for the Phobians.
Quite unfortunate pass there. Poor control from Sylvester Simba. But she was expecting that pass.
Mensah picks out Wayo, who goes down. It's a corner and not a foul for Hearts of Oak. Good defending from Holy Stars.
A brilliant pass there from Mensah. Right through the channel. It was quite dangerous. Very good defensive work there from Boazi, making sure he had a touch onto that ball. If it was just a touch from Wayo, that would have resulted in a penalty.
These are the young Phobians.
They had to vote telling the GFA, you have catch them young referee policy. I have catch them young fans policy.
Absolutely. Paku goes low to Boateng. He picks out Kakari. Now Afrani. He shoots. It's a low drive that goes straight to Tai.
That was quite an easy catch, and we welcome these every single time. But that was a good try from Afrani. Might need some more power behind that ball.
Hasselhoff gifted possession in a dangerous area, but Hamza quickly hands that gift back to Holy Stars. Should have taken advantage of that, Hamza. There's a push on Amankwa by Sylvester Simba. It's a foul for Hearts of Oak.
That was quite an endless push there from Sylvester Simba. Well, that was too much of a heavy pass, and it was knowing Manuel Amankwa was going to allow him progress. Once you stretch the two hands and it lands onto an opponent, the referee would have no other choice than to give a foul, especially in those 50-50 ball situations.
Kakari. It's a foul for the Phobians on 20 minutes at the University of Ghana Stadium against Holy Stars.
It's quite a very heavy challenge coming in there from Boazi. He knew exactly. Mano Kwame went in with that lunge. Got a bit of the ball, but also got a bit of his man. He wasn't going to be allowed to just go scot-free. Good position for Artefok to try find the opener.
And as a youngster, Henry Boateng to take. He bends one to the near post. That was close. It's a goal kick. Hazlewood had one to the corner.
That was quite a dangerous one there. Clever and intelligent going near post. All he wanted was a decent connection to the ball. This Hamza is a near post. We expected him to have a better connection to that ball, but he missed his target, Martin Kakari.
Here is Kakari in the middle to run spot Mensah. Victor Kakari. Too casual for Martin Kakari. Should be doing better. Now Hazelwood has got some defending to do, but Holy Stars quickly hand possession to the Phobians again.
That was a poor pass there from Tuneboa. Sylvester Simba wanting a better delivery. You can see acknowledging that from him, but good steal from Patrick Okran. He hasn't really given so much up front, but defensively and keeping the team balanced in midfield, he's added up to the numbers.
Here is a Mankwa. It's a pass meant for Kakari. He returns, but he doesn't get it. It's Holy Star, Sylvester Simba, Isaiah Kubu. He can't get to Okran. Amankwa stops it and finds Kakari. Upon front it. Boateng. There's a foul against Moses Arthur for that push on Henry Boateng.
That was too ragged from the captain. He should know better. Too much force, too much aggression. I think it was quite needless, especially with the attackers face, back to his own area. There's no need going in ragged. A number of players surrounding him. Just giving a free kick away in a very good position. With any good strike, he could find the opener.
That's the Phobian tertiary. They've also turned up in their numbers, hoping for the first home win in 4 games for the Phobians.
They're very much needed, and they're quite close to the young generation of the Hatterfolk supporters. And that is exactly what you need. You can pick up some very good chance from them as well, as the tradition continues.
Esibe and his centre-back partner shows interest in this free kick. Esibe, Ali, back to Ali from Esibe. Was some good connection between these two.
I think there should have been a better drive there from Ali. He was always rising. Suspected some power, a drive instead of going with the inside of his foot for a Keller. He can beat Tai from that angle.
Opokwine whistles for a cooling break. It's 25 minutes in Legon, and it's Hearts 0, Holy Stars 0. Time for cooling break.
Well, it's been quite a balanced game. I'm sure Didi Dramani, judging from the left corner of our screen, wasn't clearly happy with a few things in the central midfield.
Black Stars goalkeepers trainer Fatah Udauda checking on his phone. He's been ever present at this venue when the Premier League is on. He's closer, lives at East Legon, so just a few minutes drive and he's here. I'm sure his eyes will be on Benjamin Asari and how he performs between now and when the call-ups come for those international friendlies against Austria and Germany.
Exactly, he cannot keep his eyes off him. And they have a duty to make sure that he's up to standard, he's up to top quality level for the next 3 months when the Mundial begins. And Fatah has never been close to the league. He keeps monitoring, he keeps being at the centers. It's quite refreshing to see him every now and then taking his time to just make sure he's at these venues to watch the games. You can see an opportunity for the two technical benches to quickly reorient their players on what to do. You can see Didi Dramani very much animated there. And you can hear him, he's talking about the press.
Yes, the way we say we press, we're not pressing the same way.
Exactly. But different personnel, like I said, without Hussein, without Abdul Karim, expected to have bits of liability because the players who have filled into those positions, George Bako, Henry Kwekubuati, Martin Kakari, are not cast in the same profile.
That's right.
And shape with the technical quality and abilities of these two players you're missing. And I think Basake Holy Stars have also done a decent job making sure they don't allow the Phobians to have ample time on the ball to do what they want.
Back from the cooling break. Here's Esibe to Afrane. Too much on that one for Mauliwayo.
Quite wasteful there from Mauliwayo. Expecting to find himself just at the edge of the line to pick up that pass. The fans will continue to sing, waiting for the opener. There's been a little bit of lethargy in the build-up for Hatterfolk. They need to fast-pace their passes.
The foul throw against Francis Asante. Quite surprising there.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed in himself. He should do quite better.
Quaison, Asante, Okran, poor touch, throwing hard. Mauliwayo for Hartsburg. He comes up against Moses Arta. Mensah's effort controlled well by Hamza, but it's caught in between three Holy Stars players. Holy Stars have a player down. Looks like it is Quaison, but Hartsburg will attack and look for the opening goal. They wouldn't mind now. Paku, chance for Kakari. Kakari shoots and it's a good save by Tai. Good positioning.
That was quite intelligent play there from Martin Kakari. Tai nearly thought Kakari was going for the top right corner of his goalpost. Decided to go near post and nearly slipped away from him. He hit it hard and low. Right on target, but instinctive play from the goalkeeper to make sure that ball was not going to evade him into the net. You can see Holy Stars making the complaint, but that wasn't a head injury. The referee had every right to allow the face-off play end.
Asante's aiming at Okran, who has beaten Ali to it. He steps up, Sylvester Simba. Now Quaison. Great play from Quaison, goes down just outside the box, and Holy Stars have a free kick in a dangerous area.
Very brilliant play there from Quaison. He's intelligent, he's strong. His skill set. There was no way Ransford was going to allow him to get past three players. That would have been suicidal for the Phobians if Quaison had gotten into the penalty area.
He's come up with some decent performances this season in key games. He was exceptional against his former team Mediama in Takwa, and he was unplayable when they faced Asante Kotoko at the Babayara. Such a good player.
Very smart, very skillful. Just needs to be a little bit more productive in the final third of the pitch. He'll be good to go. Good position.
30 minutes. Free kick for Holy Stars. Isaiah Kubu is behind it. Same for Quaison. Issa steps back for Quaison. He drives one, and Asari makes a very instinctive save. Good reaction from the Azabo goalkeeper.
That was smart. That was clever. That typifies Ghana's number one. Ball had evaded him nearly, getting past him, but he made
Simba's delivery again is straight to Asari.
Strong arms from the goalkeeper once again. True brilliant save in the space of about 30 seconds. Look at that drive that came in from Quaison. It just bounced right in front of him and it was changing his trajectory. But smart thinking, using his lower limbs.
You gotta be on top of your game to come up with saves like this, and he's gotten it exceptionally well. Benjamin Asari, he keeps making the headlines week in, week out.
That is the mark of a very good goalkeeper. taking advantage of the ability to use both sets of limbs to make changes in the game, and that is equal to scoring a goal.
It's fair to say Hasbrook have got one of the best defensive setups in the Premier League, but that's all down to the organizational ability and quality that Asari brings on board. Free kick Hasbrook. Paku is behind it. Kakari leaves it for Paku. Paku bends one in. Ali's arriving, heads the ball down. Henry Boateng's effort, and it goes over the bar. Goal kick.
I think that was quite the training ground routine, which couldn't come off effectively, as smooth as they were expected. George Paku, Martin Kakari, look at that delivery, but I think credit to Moses Arthur, the captain, for clearing that ball. Would have landed easily on Ali Mohammed's head. And you trust Ali to get this one on target.
Holy Stars have been mentioned in the conversation of teams that might just not survive the Premier League. They're on 32 points now from 24 games. 9 wins for them, 5 draws, and 10 defeats. They currently occupy the 10th position of the log. 21 goals scored and 29 conceded. We had the best of defenses this season. Okran. Boateng gives away possession. Jetua's drive, and it's gone out for a goal kick.
That was ambitious there from Jetua. After winning that ball in a very good position. Simba Okran as well as Chunibware running as well as Grayson to very good position. They expected him to feed them with the ball. You shouldn't forget a goalkeeper who is very difficult to beat isn't the goalpost. Driving from these distances will take you one miraculous moment to get the ball past him. You need to be as simple as you can.
Ahin whistles. Flag had already gone up against the Phobians.
Maoliwayo once again finding himself in an offside position. It was quite too quick. I respect these passes from SCB and Ali Mohammed. You need to make sure you're always onside.
Quayson is fouled. Free kick. Maoliwayo with a tackle on Quayson. Kwame, Isa, Simba, Cheneboa, Paku intercepts for the Phobians. ACB will pick out Henry Boateng, who goes back to Ali. Good play from Hazabok's centre backs, ACB and Ali. Great composure and calmness on their part. Upon Frane, headed down by Arthur. Now Jetua, Simba. There's some great show of strength there by Jetua, but there's a foul in the end against Jetua for that stamp on Paku. He gets a yellow card for that tackle.
That was irresponsible there from Jetua. Should have easily released that ball quickly to Issei Yakubu. He got himself in trouble. Nobody will allow you to go scot-free with that. Once the stats show you don't have anything or little on the ball and more of the man.
He left so much on for Paku. First player to be shown the yellow card this afternoon, Francis Jetua.
He's put himself in some bit of trouble. Issei Yakubu is not a player with enough steam to be going combative.
Ali delivers, collected by Tai.
Take credit to Moses Arthur. He's actually matching the Phobians aerially, giving them little opportunity to latch onto those deliveries from set pieces.
Kelvin Esibe sends a long one in aiming at Hamza, but again, is that aerial command by Arthur that keeps the Phobians at bay. Mensah, Ali, Boateng, good run from Boateng. He's got Wayo on the left. He finds Wayo, flag goes up. Wayo is offside.
So once again, intelligent play coming in. Henry Boateng laying that pass cleanly. Once again, well, he's one of the fast players, quick players. Quite surprised he's taken 2 steps earlier than the pass being delivered. So the fans are still waiting for the opener and it's not coming. It's quite a very tactical, balanced game. Really Dramani Johnson-Smith in those exchanges.
It's been Ghazali on the touchlines throughout because he knows this Holy Stars team so well. Knows where they can hit the Phobians.
A lot of this team is his handiwork. Most of the players, he knows them.
Absolutely. Ali to Wayo. STB has lost it to Okrani. Sylvester Simba. He's lost it to Esibe. He's gone down. Opokwine has whistled for Simba to be attended to.
So that was right. A heavy touch there from Simba. But his quality and ability, expect him to keep the ball closer to his feet. He found himself a very difficult tackle, and you know Esibe, strong. He's never going to allow him to have a field day. Seems to have had some stats left on him. That was the too heavy attack. That was the CSCB having a bit of the ball and a bit of the man in that process.
Five more minutes before the break, and Johnson-Smith, with that stern look on his face, will be happy they've not conceded. There's been talk about why he's not getting playing time, but you don't get more playing time when you're competing with the Black Stars #1, Agbasi.
Exactly. You're competing with one of the best in the country. You can have it all rosy. He needs to quickly find a way to have some more playing time for himself.
Hamza Issa, Afrani with a ball to Kakari, but there's a poor effort from Kakari.
Don is weaker for that. I wasn't expecting him to go on target. He had a quick and fast, stronger ball shot across the face of goal. Because at the far end, Mauliwaye was just waiting for that low cross to tap him.
Quaison hands possession to Paku. Wayo to Hamza. Fouled by Arthur, free kick Kadzabok.
And Arthur should be careful, get himself entangled in some useless challenges. Snowy's just lunging there, lucky to have escaped the wrath of the referee.
The Phobians have wasted the resultant free kick from that foul on Hamza Isa. It's a goal kick to Holy Stars. A lot of thinking for Didi Dramani to do, especially with no wins in 3 home games played over the last couple of weeks.
Definitely knows that there is a bit of difficulty.
Heavy pass from Tai.
Well, it's quite terrible. Wasteful there.
Kwame, quick transition. Here is Okran. He's up against Osei Sibe. He's got a strength and desire to go forward, but Sibe won't come cheap. Hazelwalk will take possession. Miscommunication between Sibe and Paku. He's come up worse, Kelvin Sibe.
Look at that there. Okran realizing that there was no way he was going to get on that. He went in with an outstretched arm and push. Sibe has just clutched onto his shoulder. Hopefully it's not a dislocation. Let's see, a bit of pain in there from the push right there on the Sibe's shoulder from Okran. See him screaming in pain. They might be lucky just a few more minutes to the end of the first half. Can have better medical. So as you can see, Didi Dramani heavily animated there. He's not getting it as he wants. For this team of assistants, they quickly need to think about something more efficient before the second half resumes.
Esibe seems to have suffered a shoulder injury. Looking on the bench, the only player who might slot into play in central defense might be Gordon Kujo. Kakari. Watson can't handle the ball. Sylvester Simba's effort to stop by Amankwa. Good news for the Phobians. Sibe is back on the pitch.
It was quite interesting how hard to have dealt with the threat of Prince 21, not giving him lots of space to operate. They virtually cut all services to him.
Sibe back on. Amankwa's effort foiled from that throw. Confirmation of additional time. We're doing 2 minutes. Sibe. Now Aliwayo cuts in. Afrani switches back to Mensah on the left. Mensah swings in across. Paku flicks it. Amankwa with a drive and is taking a deflection for a corner. Decent effort from Amankwa.
It was quite a very good play there from Ato for Brantford Mentor once again. The left hand side, it was a hanging delivery, but very good lead there from George Paco to win that header. And the scrap fell right to Emmanuel Amankwa. Decent volley from him, but once again Moses Arthur preventing him.
Watson's corner. Afrani takes it back. Here is Mensah's drive. It's blocked by his own player. And there's a foul against Azavok.
It's a good steal there by Sylvester Simba. Very smart. Great job by the Phobians once again, working through the set pieces. Very good delivery. Unfortunately couldn't find his intended target. Also the drive there from Radford Mental, quite unlucky. Also coming off the body of Wasi.
Opokwahin whistles to wrap up the first half here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium in Legon. A game that hasn't produced clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities, but it will be the visitors who will be more excited going into the break. They've not conceded against a team that do not score more goals as well. Half-time at the University of Ghana Stadium in Legon is Hearts of Oak nil, Holy Stars nil, with the Phobians having 4 shots, all 4 on target, 2 on target for Holy Stars, and they've bossed the game in terms of possession, which has been very obvious because it's been Hearts of Oak throughout. Holy Stars coming in with a few flashes, 3 corner kicks, just 1 yellow card after 45 minutes. Half-time. Hearts of Oak nil, Holy Stars nil.
It's our time here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium, and it's goalless between Hearts of Oak and Basake Holy Stars. Not much to talk about in the first 45 minutes, but we'll see what happens in the second half. My name is Mutale Akubu. I've been joined by the assistant coach of Hearts of Oak, Abdul Ghazali. Coach, first half a bit flat. You didn't create enough chances. What needs to change going into the second half?
I think the first half looked disappointing to us as a technical team, because what we expect our boys to do, they are not doing it, and I think we need to hammer on them to look physical, because they are too slow within the first half. And I think if we are able to put aggressiveness in our second half, we will try and get a good scoreline, because we need to win this match at all costs. Which
first line of action would you take? A change in tactics or a change in personnel?
I think we have to look at our personnel, because looking at George Paco, I think he's not in the game. We have to take a second look at it and then see how best we can. Either we are going to change him or we are going to change his role. I think where Martin is playing, we can also change Martin's position, putting Henry over there. I think it will look much better, and I believe once we are able to talk to them and then do that kind of changes or interchanging positions, I think it was going to help us to get that.
Well, let's see what happens in the second half. We wish you the very best. Abdul Ghazali is the assistant coach of Hearts of Oak. Rashad Musa is also the assistant coach of Basake Holy Stars. I mean, if you pick a point here against Hearts, it's a good point. But would you say you would want to be a bit daring in the second half?
Of course, yes. The idea is to keep them goalless in the first half, even though they have majority of the possession, but we have to keep them and then see what happens in the second half.
One of the weapons that you have in your team is Prince Treneboa. He's not been in the game in the first 45 minutes. What kind of talk would you have with him to see that the second half he becomes more involved?
Yeah, we know Treneboa very well, and we know what he's capable of doing. So we need his energy in the second half. So that's the reason we did not see him much in the first half. But in the second half, you definitely see Treneboa coming into the game, possibly giving
I'm
us a
confident
goal.
you can win this one.
Confidently we can win this game.
Rashad Musa, assistant coach of Basake Holy Stars, are there, and he has, spoken to us, telling us that they would have to do more in the second half to ensure the win. We take a quick breather here on TV3. We'll be right back. Coach Ebenezer Spa will join me for the first half analysis. So Atamale, Asante Kotoko are currently losing. I'll tell you all about that. My name is Mutala Yakubu. This is the Ghana Premier League on TV3 and Onya TV. Currently goalless between Hearts and Basake Holy Stars. Coach Ebenezer Sefa has joined me. You seem not to be impressed with what you've seen in the first half from both teams.
Of course. I mean, for Basake, of course, you should expect this from them because they've not won a game away from home. But with House of Folk, as we indicated earlier on, the last 3 games here has been drawn. And for House of Folk to play the way they are playing, it is shocking. But I believe that Didi Dramani in the dressing room needs to up and then tell the boys what to do. I mean, up front, they are lacking what I would say, who is to put the ball at the back of the net. I will not even mention Hamza Issa. I mean, you talk of Martin Kakari, I mean, Mauli Wayo, they are all off in the game. But you look at the Sibe and then Ali Mohammed, early stages of the game, I mean, Patrick Okran nearly scored. But I think that Benjamin Asari, 3 brilliant saves from denying Basake Holy Stars from scoring. But House of Folk, they need to work hard, especially in attack. I think it's been fair. Simba Issa Yakubu has been able to hold House of Folk upon Fanny and then George Paku. But I think that the attack is what is worrying House of Folk.
Well, still Hearts of Folk would have hopes that they would win this one. But from other venues, the results are in, and there's something special happening at other places. This is what you get when you watch the Ghana Premier League. It's full of surprises. Currently, Hearts of Folk are drawing against Basake Holy Stars. Adriana are also drawing goalless with 11 wonders. Karela are leading Asante Kotoko by a goal to nil, and Asante Kotoko have been shown a red card with Henry Ansu coming off. Young Apostles surprisingly are leading BBA Gold Stars by 2 goals to 0 with the MDMS game against Hoho United blank at the moment, and Lions are also leading All Blacks by a goal to nil. Surprising results coming from Wenchi.
Of course, personally, I wasn't surprised, especially the Kotoko game. Karela, they've just lost 1 game to Samates, and they are a very strong side in their last 3 games. I mean, Young Apostles needs to win this game because their next game they are going all the way to Hoho to play Hoho United. And one out of their 2 games, they've not won a game.
Okay.
So of course, they're leading All Blacks. Is something that you don't need to be surprised about it.
Now let's get back to this game because that is the focus. What should Hearts of Folk do differently in the second half if they want to win?
Well, I believe that Hamza and his colleagues needs to calm down in the penalty area. They are creating the chances, but they are in the haste to score. And I don't know why they are in the haste to score. They need to calm down. They need to calm their nerves, and they should be able to put the ball at the back of the net. But I think that Basake, Prince Cheneboa is off. And of course, you talk of Gideon Kofi on the right side has also been off. I think that credit goes to Rafael Mensah and of course,
Coach Abdul Ghazali, the assistant coach of Hearts of Folk, says that George Paku has not been in the game, so they will look to change personnel, and he could be the first casualty to come out.
Not only George Paku, I will talk of Henry Kwaku, the chap, that young chap also in Milford. They've lost the midfield to Issa Yakubu and then Sylvester Stimba, and that is why House of Folk is struggling. You realize that there's no creativity in the House of Folk midfield, and I said it earlier on, and I think that they need to do something about it.
There's an old adage that says that if it's not broken, you don't fix it. For Basake Holy Stars, a point here would be massive. But do you think if they become a bit daring and throw the kitchen sink at Hearts of Folk, they could get the 3 points?
Of course, I think
because they found themselves in very good positions.
Of course, they are doing that because the House of Folk attack is what is lacking. In Milford, George Paco, we spoke about George Paco, but I think that if Prince Cheneboa will lift up his game, and of course Gideon also lift up his game, then I think that they are going to put House of Folk in a lot of troubles. Remember House of Folk against Dreams, before they drew, Dreams have not won a game away. The same to Brekum Chelsea, and it's happening now. House of Folk needs to up if they really want to win this game.
Of course, they are not creating enough chances from open play, but all the set pieces that have come their way, they've wasted them.
You give credit to Basake Holy Stars defenders, and I think that the captain has done very well. I think because they know how to like the long ball to the last pool for SCB and then Ali to not back, and that they've been able to curtail that, and I think that it has really helped them.
Now, there's some form of calmness in the midfield for Basake Holy Stars. Issa Yakubu, he's making his experience shown in this game.
Of course, in the House of Folk midfield, apart from Apon Fanny, as we talk about George Paco is off, And Kwaku Henry is also not letting up. They are missing the services of Abdul Karim because there's no creativity in the House of Folk in Medford. That is why Isaiah Yakubu and Sylvester are doing all the dirty work in Medford.
Are we going to see a goal before the game?
I foresee a goal in this game, but I don't know where it's coming from.
Well, coach doesn't know where the goal will come from. Hearts of Folk, Basake Holy Stars, as it stands, it's goalless. The players are back onto the pitch, warming up for the second 45 minutes. So I leave you in the hands of our commentators, Nana Dakwa Jesse and Kelvin Osuansa. See you after 90 minutes.